This episode of The Life of Bryony is sponsored by Asda, celebrating 60 years of great family value. That's Asda price. Welcome to The Life of You, our bonus series where we answer your questions and try to make sense of life's messier moments. I'm joined again by the wonderful Delta Goodrem, and today we're talking about burnout, identity, and what happens when life doesn't go to plan.
There comes a point in your life where you do start going, oh, I'm not going to miss the weddings, or I'm not going to miss that birthday milestone. And whenever you get to that is your own timing.
Your questions answered right after this. This is a paid advertisement from Asda. You know those weeknights where everything feels like a rush? Homework to finish, bath time chaos, kids running riot, and somehow you've still got to make dinner too. It's the classic parenting juggle. Well, this is where Joe Wicks and Asda come in as the heroes we didn't know we needed. Joe's teamed up with Asda to create quick, easy, budget-friendly meal ideas that are delicious. Think sticky chicken noodles, Mexican meatball tray bakes, creamy salmon pasta, real food that's quick to rustle up, tasty and budget-friendly. Because sometimes the biggest win of the day is getting the whole family fed and still having 5 minutes to yourself before bedtime negotiations begin. Whether you're feeding fussy toddlers or grumpy teenagers, Joe Wicks meal picks take the stress out of dinner time. Search Joe Wicks meal picks at asda.com now to see what your lot will love. That's Asda price. Did I miss my real life? That's what it says. You're like, I don't know. Did you, Bryony?
Did I miss my real life? Is it song lyrics?
Yeah. I won't sing. That would be terrible. I genuinely, just so you know, I really believe that I can sing one song.
Yeah.
One song I can. I think I can sing "Burn" from Hamilton. Right. I really believe with all my heart. I hit those notes.
That would be your song on the show.
And my daughter is like, no, that is not what happens, Mum. When you sing that song.
I'm going to need some footage of this. I'm sorry.
But it has to be in the car,
right,
like while it's playing.
Right.
Like I couldn't just like do it now.
No. I wouldn't expect that type of, we don't know. We just warm up the voice, be ready for the right performance. Let's not rush this.
I'm raising myself from. Anyway, but then there's another song. There's a new song, guys, that I think is really good to sing to. If you're not like me, only occasionally good at singing.
Yep.
And that is that new Lady Gaga or Lady Gaga.
You're going to say the Abracadabra song?
No. Lady Gaga, as my mum calls her. Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile.
It's a beautiful song as well. I mean, she's a queen. I just love her. And I love Bruno Mars as well.
Yeah, that one.
I love her.
I think I can sing that one as well.
That's beautiful.
So like if you wanted to sign me.
Bigger call. Yeah.
Sign me to your label.
Yes.
You know where I am.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you so much. I will be sure.
No, I was talking about this with my best friend on Saturday. We were talking about how we wish we could sing.
Right.
Like we were talking about how it would just be the like most magic thing. And then I was saying that the people I do know who aren't singers who can sing, they then start singing and it's sort of a bit cringe because it's like, unless that's your job, it is a bit cringe. It's like we're all supposed to go like that.
Stop it!
So I think you've either got to be...
No.
You've either got to be so good at singing that it's your job and people are like, oh my God, this is brilliant. Like you've either got to be like you or you've got to be just crap and have fun with it. You know? Like just, do you know what I mean?
I do love a karaoke night is spectacular. I love
just think
a karaoke night.
I just feel like if we went on a karaoke night, I feel like
I would be standing applause. I'm probably the wrong person right now because I'm an encourager. I'm like, sing your song,
You're
girl.
an enabler.
I'm an enabler. Like, sing your song, you go for it. I'm probably the wrong person for this because I'd be encouraging people.
I feel like, I hope we're going, like, let's go to
Let's book a karaoke.
Let's go to Lucky Voice now.
The life of Bryony and the voice of Bryony and Delta hit the karaoke scene.
Did I miss my real life? Right, this is from Stephanie. And Stephanie says, Delta, I've worked in air travel for almost 2 decades.
Yep.
I was obsessed with the job, the independence, the excitement, the sense of purpose. I travelled the world, worked my way up, and never once questioned the long hours or missed milestones. But lately I've started to feel this ache I can't quite shake. Birthdays, weddings, Sunday roasts, new babies, I wasn't there. Yeah. I was always in a different time zone, always chasing the next destination. Now I'm finally slowing down and I look around and everyone seems to have settled into lives I feel completely disconnected from. I visit home and feel like a guest. Friends have partners, kids, routines, and I have a suitcase and a list of places I've been. I don't regret the career I chose, but I do feel homesick for a version of life I never really lived. Can you relate to that feeling of looking back and wondering if you gave your best years to something that doesn't love you back in the same way? How do you find your people again when it feels like you drifted too far? And that's from Stephanie.
That's an incredible insight. And that is a really powerful paragraph on summing up, something that's obviously been a lifetime choice of being on the road and loving that job. I think when I have those moments, when you think, because we travel a lot and I do truly think I always go back into my mind and remember how much I loved my choices still. Like I still have to you have to remind yourself, because I also think there comes a point in all our life, I don't know if this is correct, but just hypothesizing, there comes a point in your life where you do start going, I'm not going to miss the weddings, or I'm not going to miss that birthday milestone. And whenever you get to that is your own timing.
Yeah.
And I feel like I understand, like I know a cousin who she's got a beautiful show on doing a couple of things, and she's going to miss a couple of personal things. And I'm like, that's okay, because at another point in her life, she'll know what that means to someone, but it doesn't have to be now. She's going to choose, and she's going to do a great job and stay on the show and not miss that. Even though the family would love her to be here, it's okay that, I look at it from a place of, I missed one of my best girlfriend's weddings because I was in New York doing Today Show or something. And I cannot believe to this day that I wasn't there. Like, how was I not there? But I have to sort of remind myself I chose, and I was happy doing what I was doing. But at this point in my life, I'll make more of an effort and I will try to find a new community, and she will find a new community now, because now it's her new priority. But reminding herself that her priority was something she loved already and her passion.
Yeah, and I also think it's also really, isn't it true that people say, people always say the grass is greener on the other side.
Yeah, totally.
But the truth is the grass is greener where you water it.
100%.
And so
100%.
remembering that was a decision that, you had a great
But what a great career. She got to travel the world and have great, and it does, I'm sure it did love her back, but it's obviously something that, she's got to live an amazing life and travel, and I'm sure that, remembering the joy is, I think, the only way to get through that.
Okay, this is from David. David says, this one is not quite as long a question, but still important. He says, I had to step back from my work due to burnout, and I know it was the right thing to do, but I still feel like I'm failing. Oh, I could have written this question.
Yeah.
Like I've let people down. Did you ever feel this way when you had to stop everything? How do you give yourself permission to rest?
Yeah, I'm probably not as good at I'm probably not as good at this one. I'm probably not your I don't know how to do that myself. So I would be the wrong person to help, because it is hard, when you do just keep going and want to just keep pushing through. But like we've spoken about, I think taking step backs and having a couple of days to recover and finding what version of recovery is for you. Mine's my Apple TV, watching a TV show and zoning out. That's the only way I can recharge. Staying in bed, recharging. Yeah. My partner's is going to the beach, or everybody has a recharge. It's like if we can find a version of what he needs as a battery to be able to recharge, and just consciously find a station. Is it infrared saunas? Is it just a TV show? Is it?
But that, but even you just saying, I'm not the person to give advice on this is in itself helpful, because in that, it's like when I read that question, I was like, oh my God, that's exactly how I feel too.
Yeah.
And so just calling it out and going, we all do it. I kind of think that is a symptom of burnout in itself, is when you're like, I'm feeling guilt for stopping. And that's that's when we need to put the oxygen mask on ourselves.
For sure.
And do the little thing that helps us, even if it's just a tiny little thing. And maybe say, this makes me feel to someone, this makes me feel like I'm failing. And then ask for help.
Yeah. Sometimes you get rid of a part of it when you say it out loud.
Shame dies when you expose it to the light.
Truth bomb.
This is a paid advertisement from Asda. Joe, I'm not a natural in the kitchen. I panic when it gets to dinner time. I don't know where to start. Can you tell me, have you always felt confident in the kitchen, or did you have to learn too?
Listen, you're not alone. Many people struggle with this. And I also used to find it really difficult. But I think the more you cook, the more experience you get, the more confidence you get. And you can really learn to love cooking. But yeah, look, I've got 4 kids under 6. It's stressful. Food has to be quick, simple and easy. And that's why, I love sharing recipes online that are going to do just that and get people actually cooking and doing it often.
4 kids under 6, I have no excuse. You've teamed up with Asda for Joe Wick's Meal Picks. Can you explain what that is?
So Joe Wick's Meal Picks are a series of recipes that I've created to make, food simple and quick and easy to help families, that are on a budget, that have lots of kids and that are stressed and time poor, to put healthy food on the table and do it in a way that's enjoyable, that's sustainable and that's achievable.
They're created with kids in mind, but the whole family can enjoy them. Is that right?
Yeah, these are recipes that I've designed for the whole family to enjoy. They're simple. There's very few ingredients. You can get the kids involved as well. Make it fun. Like, come together and enjoy cooking, because it can change your life in so many ways.
Which of Joe Wick's meal picks would you suggest someone like me cooks first to boost their confidence?
I would give my sweet chili chicken thigh stir fry a go. It's really simple, ready in about 10 minutes, and it tastes delicious.
Tell me, Joe, how do your recipes make people feel less intimidated? Is it their simplicity and the kind of clear steps involved?
One thing I try and achieve is that I try and get people cooking and make it, not daunting and intimidating, make it just fun and a bit kind of accessible, because we don't have much time on our hands. We're stressed out. We're running around. We've got kids. We're looking after other people. So actually, if I can make it quick and simple with few ingredients, then it's achievable. And that is really the aim of the whole sort of Asda Meal Picks ideas that I've got.
Okay, so what about making mistakes? Is there joy in making mistakes? And can cooking be forgiving and fun?
Listen, I'm always burning things. I'm not a great chef. I'm a cook, but I'm not the best of cooks. So I always say, look, it's okay if there's a little bit of burn, if it's a little bit charred, it's more flavour. It might not look the most presentable, but I think you've got to be kind to yourself. And if you're someone who hasn't cooked, you can really learn to love it. You just got to start building your repertoire up and try a few different things. And by the end of the month, you've got maybe 3 or 4 recipes you've learned, and that's going to give you more nutrients in your diet, a varied diet, and it's going to be fun. You just got to give it a go and take the first step.
Thank you so much, Joe. To find out more, just search Joe Wick's Meal Picks on Asda.com for simple, quick and tasty midweek meal inspiration from Asda and Joe Wick's. A huge thank you to Delta. She was so honest, kind and open-hearted. If anything we talked about helped you, please pass it on. But most importantly, take care and I'll see you next time.